Welcome back. I'm Brooke Baldwin. Let's continue on, shall we? Beginning in Washington, developing story there. Attorney General Eric Holder announces top 9/11 suspects will go on trial at Guantanamo Bay. That is the prison for terrorism suspects the president has vowed to close. Keep in mind here, we're talking about this guy, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the alleged mastermind. And when there was a massive public outcry and a huge political battle when the administration said they would try these guys in New York. Here is Attorney General Holder. He said he has made this decision reluctantly.
Too many people, many of whom should know better, many of whom certainly do know better, have expressed doubts about our time-honored and time-tested system of justice. That's not only misguided, it is simply wrong. The fact is, federal courts have proven to be an unparalleled instrument for bringing terrorists to justice.
Joining me now on the phone from Washington, Carol Rosenberg, the Miami Herald's Guantanamo Bay correspondent. Carol, I jotted down some notes when I was listening to Holder's news conference a little while ago, pulling a total 180. He said, decision not an easy one to make. He used the word reluctant, though, and he also still stands by wanting those 5 suspects to be prosecuted in federal court. Yet, they're going to Guantanamo Bay. Why?
Well, they're still at Guantanamo Bay. First of all, Congress thwarted the president's ambitions to close the prison and move people to the United States. They limited and refused funding and blocked funding that would have allowed anyone at Guantanamo to come to the U.S. for trial. But in addition to this, there has been a large chorus of support for the idea of a military jury and a military trial of these 5 men accused of the September 11th attacks. They are the alleged masterminds, the financiers, the plotters. And there has always been a large chorus that said, keep them at Gitmo, try them at Gitmo, give them justice at Gitmo. Now, Eric Holder said pointedly in 2009 that he wanted them to go to trial. Sorry, go ahead, Brooke.
No, I'm just saying, right. It was November of 2009 when he made that point. But I want to bring you back, Carol, to your point about the legislation in Congress. And he specifically was, Holder today is saying, unfortunately, Congress intervened. It was unwise and unwarranted. Take us back. Remind us, Carol, when Congress did this. How long ago?
There have been a series of cascading measures to prevent funding, to prevent trials, to block the closure. In fact, someone called the Attorney General on this. There was a period when he could have moved them to New York for trial. In fact, he showed us today in a surprise a grand jury indictment that had enabled a federal prosecution in December 2009. But they withdrew it today. And what had happened was, first he said there were objections on security accounts, or there were objections on venue counts, or there was concern that Manhattan couldn't handle it. And there was a series of cascading concerns and oppositions by both the political camp and some strong advocates of military trials. So at the beginning, in fact, Brooke, you're right, there wasn't legislation that blocked it, but there was great concern. And you were also right in noting that the Attorney General really said he supported the idea of a federal trial, and he believed a civilian court could handle this case.
Let me ask you quickly. I stumped unintentionally our senior legal analyst, and I want to ask you the same question with regard to death penalty. In a military trial, can the death penalty be sought if someone pleads guilty? Yes or no? Do we know?
We don't know. We know that they can plead guilty and there can be a death penalty. The question here will be, need they bring in a military commission to whether the military judge, can unilaterally, without a jury, decide the death penalty.
I see.
That's the issue, Brooke.
Carol Rosenberg, Gitmo correspondent for Miami Herald. Carol, thank you.